archive. I'm trying to do some IndyCar style kart racing on GT7. We had like 4 people, but people keep leaving because I don't want to start a lobby race with like 4 people, so what's the point in that? But anyway, we are playing live on GT7. If anyone wants to come drive, feel free to. You guys can see the lobby name right there, and you can see my PSN flashing in the top right. Would love to have people join this just to have some fun with these karts. You don't really see people doing stuff with the karts anymore, and yeah, I typically do a lot of road course stuff. If not, I may just go race. If this doesn't work out like it's looking like it won't, I'll jump in with some AI related racing. But yeah, that's that. I don't know why I was having trouble a minute ago with getting everything loaded up. It looks like it's now just me in here, so that's cool. So may wind up just doing an AI race, honestly, at this point. But it is what it is. I think that's what we'll wind up doing. Which sucks because I just set up this live stream under that name of live racing with karts, IndyCar style, but there's no point in sitting here if this isn't going to work out anyway. So I guess we're going to do some racing against the AI, and you guys can just kind of watch, because it's obvious that that's not really going to work out. Yet there's a NASCAR series, allegedly, and, like, I'm not joining it, but how come? I don't know. I'm not as successful with doing online lobbies, hosting them in this game, as I was a while back with GT6. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun with some other cars. So I'm going to look through my garage here. I want to see if I've got like any retro Gran Turismo style race cars. Obviously I've got the Viper, I've got the App TT, I've got the Beetle Cup car livery on the Beetle, Axanavi Nismo Z. I'm just looking to see like what cool liveries I may have, see if we can do like a classic GT race car series race. I know I have a Camaro race car somewhere in here. There it is. The ZL1's my Camaro LM race car type vehicle. That might be honestly what I drive. I don't know for sure just yet, because the TT's gonna be slow. The RX-7 LM race car lookalike is here. We got the pace car. Of course, that's the modern interpretation of it. Doesn't look like I have too many. I have the RX-8 LM race car style car. Got the Subaru LM race car type looking deal. The C-West Razzo Silvia. Okay, so we've got enough probably to do a full grid. I don't know if I've got 20 cars. Something interesting for you guys since I'm live streaming this, but I think we'll do like a retro Gran Turismo race car series, like a Gran Turismo. And maybe we can get this popping off enough, we'll jump back into some online stuff. I can't decide though which one I want to use, because I mean obviously like the Beetle might be faster than the Viper out here, but that's kind of an iconic car. And we got the Castrol Tom Supra. I think that's actually what I'm going to go with for this. For obvious reasons. I'm a GT3 fanboy, for crying out loud. That is my favorite game. So, what sense would it make to not use the cover, like not the cover car, but the main dog from GT3? So let's do that. I'm going to post over on the Discord server. I apparently didn't copy the link. That's cool. There we go. gotta figure out how to change the name of this now. Let me, I can log in on my desktop and do that right here. So I'm excited because I actually got a hold of a copy of GT Concept. And as you guys can probably tell, I've been working on some projects off camera, mostly relating to classic GT content, aside from the stuff you guys have seen. Retro, Gran Turismo, race cars versus AI. There we go. Update the title of the live stream here. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I've totally blanked. Okay, so I region unlocked my PS2 for this whole reason of because I bought GT Concept Tokyo Geneva. So I really wanted to play that. So I region unlocked my PS2, but I am working on getting GT Project A-Spec, GT2 Project A-Spec working on a physical disc on actual hardware, since when you region unlock the PS2 with Mechapone, it actually allows it to play PS1 backups. So I'm going to experiment with that. I've actually got a prototype disc functioning. I just have to actually get it working with the console itself. And that's the hurdle I'm actually at right now, because the CDR I burned for this, it's too tall. The disc is actually too tall, and it's getting the crap beat out of it in the console. But I was able to verify it on my PC with DuckStation, and it does function as it should. The disc functions, so that's what's important. I just haven't been able to verify it on physical hardware yet because the disc is too tall and it doesn't read because it is too tall. Alright, so I think we're just going to do... Let's set up... We're going to... I'll just do it this way. We'll do endurance. Let's do about 30... Oh, I can't do 35 minutes. We'll do 40 minutes. I'm going to put myself about P15. Grid start. We're going complete old school GT style racing here. We're going to set the tire wear to 3... We'll do 3, just so we have to make a pit stop and utilize strategy. We're gonna do... We'll do sunset. I think sunset's probably best. Give it that kind of Gran Turismo 3 look. I think 3 might be... 3 is... We'll leave it at 3. I'm gonna set it to professional level and select from garage. So that way I'm not the only one in the cash... That way I'm the only one in the Castrol Tom Supra. So we're gonna immediately throw the Viper on pole. We're going to throw the Beetle Cup car, throw the TT, the App TTR. What else we got? We can throw in the Axanavi Z, which I believe that was just a track car build, so I don't think it's actually going to be the competitive race car that I would like it to be. We're going to throw in this GTR because it kind of looks like the concept race car. What else are we tossing in here? Let's see. Going like retro. We got this Demio that I have the livery from the RM on from a GT2, but don't think it fits the vibe since it's not the original model. We're going to throw in the Camaro LM race car. I say that like I didn't just throw that Camaro in here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to start from way up. We're going to go ahead and toss the RX-8 in. We're going to toss the... Obviously the RX-7 in. I think we can probably toss some of the GT2 RM style cars, so we'll probably throw in... I don't know about this FC specifically. We'll look around and see what other ones we've got. We'll throw the Subaru LM race car type thing, Super Touring car, whichever one you prefer. This is modeled after the Evo 7 rally car prototype from GT3. This, I believe, is just the Evo 5 rally car. Thought about throwing that Polo in there because it's kind of representing the Lupo, but it's going to be so underpowered, it's not even fair to it. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Have I thrown the M3 in already? I think I've thrown the M3 in already, but just to make sure. Okay, I haven't. Okay, well, I may have been wrong about filling up a grid, which is kind of disappointing. Let's see. I only have 150K, so it's not like I can go and buy more cars easily to fill this grid with similar performance numbers. Let's see. I guess we'll have to throw in some RM type cars, which is what I think this Evo 3 is. That may be an RM type build. Oh, I forgot about these three right here. The 190E, the 155, and the CWS Razzo Silvia. I lost them already. Where'd they go? Okay, so the 155, and then the 190E, which honestly, like, I've talked about it at length when I've done content on this game. That car was such a disappointment. I was so disappointed in that car. So let's see. I know in like the older GTs there were chances of running duplicates, but I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. It looks like we're definitely gonna have to kind of implement some of the RM style builds I have. So we'll throw this Civic should actually be kind of fast, and then we'll throw in. I saw the 300ZX I have way down. There we go. That's an RM based car. We'll throw the FC in. I'm gonna throw this Evo 4. The Evo 4 is definitely an RM based build. Gotta go through. I just realized I really don't have as many cars as I thought I did. I think because I've sold so many of them off to make room for new projects. Let's see, what else do I have lying around in here? I think we may have to run the FC just because of time constraints or space constraints. So we'll throw that in. And then I think that leaves the like this 180SX and the Miata. It's like the last builds that I have that aren't. I mean, they're going to be underpowered and they're going to get clapped, but it'll at least fill the grid. I hate that I sold like my Zonda R. So I'm going to go ahead and create this crap. So I'm trying to do this on the wheel. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Goodness. Alright, so I think we're ready to race. I am actually, though, because I'm going to be probably in a significantly faster car, go ahead and put myself in 20th, just for the sake of being fair to the rest of the grid. So, we'll go ahead and load this up. Alright, so our grid we've got going on here. We got the Viper GTSR on pole, the Beetle, the TTR, the Nismo Z, the GTR Concept LM race car, the Camaro LM race car, the RX-8 LM race car, the RX-7 LM race car, the Subaru touring car, super touring car. We've got the M3 GTR, styled after the Gran Turismo 4 build of the Gran Turismo 4 race car. The CUS Silvia, the 155, the 190E, the Civic RM, the 300ZX RM, the Evo 4 RM, if it would stop doing that, the FC RM, the Miata RM, and the 180 RM, and then us in the Castrol Toms Supra. So, I guess without further ado, let's get underway and actually give you guys some racing to watch. Looks like some of the cars are missing their liveries for some reason. I'm noticing that with a handful of the cars, which is quite frustrating. I don't know why that's the case. Oh, that was the rough corner there. As you can hear, the M3 has a V8 swap in it, if you can hear it. A lot of these are engine swaps, but the main ones to note is that M3 and the FD builds. Shoot, I was looking at my watch. I just got an Instagram notification, so my ADHD kicked in and I had to look at the watch. Alright, I gotta pause for a quick second. Let's see. My wife, or not my wife, I wish she was already, but my fiance is at a concert and wanted me, needed me to ask me something. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. This headset is destroyed, and it sucks because my Sennheisers I got for Christmas failed almost instantly, so I need to still see if I can get those warrantied out, or if I'm SOL on those. But the cable on these is chewed up, and it keeps like rubbing my arm, and it's distracting me. And look at my DualSense just died. Shocker there. See if we can squeeze by the Alpha. Hey, at least the Mercedes doesn't sound as bad in this as it does in GT4. I think the Viper is still holding the race lead down. I didn't get a good look at the names of the AI drivers. Sorry for not a whole lot of commentary. I'm locked in at the moment trying to make up for that early mistake going off up here. Which is hard to do when the car is trying to take itself out. Remember in GT2 you could take this corner flat out in most race cars? So we got the TT in front. Now I know that's underpowered, so it's definitely going to hold me back a little bit. New fastest lap, I like to see that. So we're shortening the gap a little bit at a time. They're definitely killing me on these straights, but I know I've got them in the corners. Did the wing on the FD just disappear? There it is. See if we can squeeze by this four rotor. And I got the nitrous going and I can't get around him. Not in the straights, at least. I think that's the Camaro in front of us we're coming up on. So the car with by far the most horsepower at this race. Trying to save the nitrous until I get in my second stint here. Alright, the Camaro's about to torch me on the straight, but I think I can fight a little bit. And up here in the corners, that Camaro definitely does not have the aero that this does. And I'm the one who made it, so. Oh, the sausage grip really got me. Oh, that was bad. My cable's all tangled up from my headset. That's cool. I don't know how in the world this finds its way to be as annoying as it is. Oh, we're already lapping cars. That's crazy. I'm surprised it's the 180 that we're lapping first. I fully expected it to be the NB, or the NA, excuse me, the Miata. That was a pretty rough lap. Man, the front's pulling away on me a little bit. There's the Miata. It's missing its livery for some reason. That's not going to put me in distance at all. This car definitely doesn't have the horsepower that Camaro has. I got to really push it through the corners in order to catch it. "20-second penalty for Ocon." Come on. Camaro hit me. Wow. I'm offline a lot there. That Camaro is keeping right up with me. Yeah, this thing does not want to get traction at all. Oh, the Camaro's gone. That was a huge off for that Camaro. Looks like traffic is slow in the front of the grid here. All that remains really should be the Beetle and the Camaro, or the Viper. So is that the 180 again, or is that the Miata again? That's the Civic. Oh, big slide. It's kind of scary to see that the AI is still pulling away from me, even though that section of the track tends to be my faster sector here. I swear they've made the AI harder as the updates go on. I used to be able to absolutely crush the AI around here. Yeah, see, they're absolutely running away from me all of a sudden. I don't know how in the world they're managing it, too. Oh my gosh, that sausage curb. I hate the sausage curbs on this track. Oh, well, okay, that's something. I had the wheel turned, so that's wonderful. That's almost a race ender. I have to rely on the AI making mistakes here at the corkscrew to catch back up now at this point. Or just outdoing them on the tire life, but this car is going from snap oversteer to severe understeer. That's a shame, that was a fast lap. Oh, come on. That's great. Ugh, that's actually making me mad now. Come on, turn, dang it. If those sausage curbs weren't... Well, the fact that every time I get near the inside line, I slam into it, and I... Definitely isn't helping my case very much. Now I gotta fight the Camaro again, after I struggled to get around it for so long. On worn out tires. That was so bad. See, I can't tell what the car wants to do, because it's like, it's understeering until I get on throttle, and then it's kicking the tail out. I actually didn't know this car had nitrous, or else I would have extended the nitrous time a little bit, try to balance out the fact this car doesn't have the horsepower that the Viper does. And apparently that, well, yeah, that's actually my built Beetle. So I think the one I actually built as a cup car only made like 500. Come on. I braked slightly late and it completely throws it off. I hate that stupid sausage curve, I swear. My race might as well be over at this point. These stupid sausage curves are killing me. Because they're too darn close to the inside line here. Because now I'm substantially behind the Camaro and the... Oh, the Camaro's off. So it doesn't help the 30-second... You've got to be freaking kidding me. What am I supposed to do when a car stopped on the side of the road? Just sit there and wait on it to come out? 3-second penalty because a car was off track. What, is it mad because I passed the back markers that were just getting in my way? Gosh, dang it. Gosh, dang it. First and second is a Viper and a Beetle. And that was the FD that just got around me. And now the Camaro's back around me because this car can't not spin out. I'm actually going to lose this race because of these stupid sausage curbs and the fact this car can't decide how it wants to drive. If I get close to the inside line, hit the sausage curb. If I don't, I understeer out of the corner, and I about wreck the car anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and pit for tires and just hope and pray that I can make the ultimate comeback with the next 18 minutes. Because there's no shot otherwise. I mean, this race is about over for me. $18 minutes is a lot of time, but I don't think it's enough, considering I already had an almost 1 minute gap. And as you can see, I am absolutely plummeting down the order just trying to get these tires changed. So I'm going to have the back markers like out the wazoo. Have to get around. I just gotta hope that I can outdrive them on new tires versus them being on presumably 16 lap old tires. They're gonna be cold the first couple of laps, so I should probably take it easy. I'm gonna switch to hood view so I have a better view of the inside line as well. We've already gained 8 seconds on them so far, so I just gotta hope that I can pull back that full minute within the next 16. How's the Z ahead of the BMW? How's the GTR this far back? It's getting beat by a VR6 TT. Yellow flag ahead. I can only imagine what car. Looks like I see the Camaro up ahead and the FC. They're going to lap the FC again. Lost a lot of time on that little slip there at the end. It's a clean overtake that I couldn't get earlier on it, so 12 seconds to P3, so maybe I'll be able to get a podium. But the fact that I'm on brand new tires and they're on almost 20 lap old tires, definitely a huge help there. That sausage curb, dude. I don't even think I got that close to it that time. Oh, it's the FD. It's that 4-rotor FD. That looks like he's starting to get some pretty nasty oversteer as well, so maybe we'll be able to easily get back around him. Gotta hear that 4-rotor though, it sounds mean. New personal best for me. We've shortened it down by a substantial bit on the gap to P1 and 2, so hopefully we'll be able to salvage this up a little bit and maybe make a comeback. 3 minutes, I mean, we've already shaved about 40 seconds almost down. So that's 13 again. For some reason, in the Miata are missing their GT2 liveries that I had installed on them, so I don't know why that's the case. I think last time that happened, I had to just go back in the garage and select them, and I was able to fix that. So, I mean, in just a few minutes, we've already shortened it down to a 30-second gap from being over a minute behind. So, maybe we have a shot here. Maybe my pit strategy is going to come into play here. I'm hoping that they'll pit too, which will give me a tire disadvantage, but it'll give me enough ground to make up to possibly get back around them and take the lead that way. Saving my nitrous for when I get toe-to-toe with them. $19 seconds to P2. We're back about where we were when I first pit in, so we're making up ground pretty good. Considering just 5 minutes ago we were over a minute behind. There's the Miata again. Oh, I thought I hit him. I think I did nudge him a little bit. I see the Civic. We're coming up. Oh, no. Come on. Seriously? See if I can sneak back by. I'm surprised the Civic's that far down the order. That's a car that I expected to be rather competitive. 10 minutes to pull back a 20-second gap on fresh tires versus them running 21-lap-old tires, which you gotta admit, on any compound, whether it's the hard, medium, or soft, it's definitely gonna slow them down. I think I see the Alfa Romeo up ahead. See the Alfa and the 300ZX, so... And there's the 190E as well, so huge traffic here from back markers. We're on the outside of the Alfa Romeo there. Is that the Viper? No way the Beetle's leading this. No way. The Viper's in P2. How does that even work? So it's 11 seconds to the... "11 seconds to the Beetle." That's nuts. The Beetle is leading this race. I mean, it even work. It's a Viper. we got 6 seconds to the Beetle. Huge gains in almost 10 minutes. We were able to shorten it from over a minute gap to just under 6 seconds in about 8 minutes. I got my nitrous saved because I'm expecting a battle. Probably would have caught up a lot faster if I'd used it more. Man, that poor S13 is just getting lapped like crazy. I feel like with this track, in order for me to really get it down, I need more seat time on it in this game. And I've got so much expertise on this track in other games with other physics engines. But this has always been one... This track's always been the death of me. It was my arch nemesis when I was, you know, younger. Looks like traffic is holding up that Beetle just enough for me to get near him. So RX-8 holding up the bug. The matchup you guys never thought you would hear. Well, that was uneventful. And that's the race lead with 6 minutes to spare. Now I just gotta play defense, but that means I can just spray my way out of here. We'll jump back to first person now that I'm in the lead. He's really getting held up by traffic. That's kind of a surprise. Oh gosh, that about sent me airborne. My push for fastest lap definitely isn't happening. This car has it in it, I just don't trust it enough to go that extra 7/10. What position's that Miata sitting in? Is it 20? 19. And I ran out of nitrous so fast. I can tell my wheel is getting a little hot. I can feel the heat coming off the wheelbase. Base thrustmasters get really hot. That was it. That's all she wrote. So I got 4 minutes, no nitrous, just to play as hardcore defense as I can. Trying to make sure that that Beetle doesn't get anywhere near me. Oh, that was almost bad. I was trying to be brave. I was trying to be brave. Whew. See, that corner's killing me so far. That sausage curve just existing. Man. That little slip up on, I don't know, what was that? Would that be considered turn 3 or turn 4? Really got me there. I had an 8-second lead and I about lost it because I tried to be brave. So 30 laps is about right, because I was originally going to set the race to about 30. Trying my best to get faster and, you know, get a chance at fastest lap. I see the Beetles picking up pace behind me. That's worrying going into the closing moments of this race. Poor Civic. That Civic's fast, too. Oh, big slide. Look at this battle right here. The GTR and the M3. And the M3 is running away. Alright, we got about 2 laps left. So this will be... Lap 29 will be our official, like, end point of the race here. I ran way too wide there at the Andretti hairpin. All in all, though, I think those early mistakes kind of got me, but the second stint was so aggressive. That was an absolutely fantastic second stint. As long as I don't completely mess it up over the next 2 laps. But I'm playing defense, but I'm also not being a hero. Ah, get out of the way. He don't have feelings, he's an AI. He is going off track, though. That M3's hooking and booking back there. Which is funny, because in my original multi-class setup, that thing was in the back. Like, it was not finishing very strong. So to see it here, like, well in the top 10 makes me happy. Alright, well, race ends here. Okay, I guess I stalled just enough. That's a race win. Alright. That was unexpected. I totally thought it was over before I pitted in for those tires. That second stint was bonkers, though. Don't call it a comeback, I guess. A 1-minute gap at the point where I ended my first stint. They won the entire race on one set, and I was still able to get around them, so that makes me very happy. Good result, good result. I'll take that. Never was able to reclaim fastest lap, though. But I'm curious, because as you guys saw, when I set this up, the Beetle was in second position. How in the world it even got close to getting around that Viper? The only thing I can think of is the Viper was struggling for grip, and it slid at the corkscrew, just like the Camaro was. But let's see our final order. So obviously I took the race win. The Beetle in P2, the Viper in P3, that rounds out the podium. So from there we've got the 4-rotor RX-7 LM race car type build, the Camaro LM race car type build, which is a bit of a surprise. I fully expected it to be in front of the Mazda. The M3, that's probably my favorite surprise so far, in P6. The GTR Nismo LM concept race car type build in P7. The Nismo Z, the 350Z in P8. That is a bit of a shocker, considering it had a couple of Group 4 level cars to go against. And it came out to play. The CT in P9, that makes me happy, because that car always finished last in my multi-class setup. The Subaru in P10, the RX-8 in P11. As we make our way down the grid, the Alfa Romeo is kind of a shocking P12. The 190E in P13, the 300ZX in P14, the S15, the C-West Razzo, whatever, Sylvia in P15. It's a bit of a surprise. The FC in P16, the Evo 4 in P17, the Civic Type R, which has got the engine from the FK8 in it, in P18, and then the Miata and the Nissan S13 in the last 2 positions. So 158K, that's a nice little little bonus, and 62 miles of driving, so that should get us our roulette ticket, which of course, as you can imagine with Gran Turismo, is an absolute waste. So I actually want to watch here and see when exactly the Viper lost the lead of the race. The TT actually was giving them a bit of a fight up at the race at the beginning of the race. Wow. I like seeing that. That TT was battling at the front from the onset. Obviously, once they got a few corners underneath them, the TT was done for because it just doesn't have the speed, like the straight line speed. But man, that Viper does look good though. If the TT stays in P3 the entire first lap, I'd be genuinely surprised. I want to see, is the TT the next car that comes around the corner? It is. Wow. I'm surprised by that. I'm so happy though that TT was hanging down the fort, because that car, I love that car. I put my heart and soul into building that when I was playing through this, like, single player wise. See, that's probably how it lost the lead, is it was struggling to negotiate the corkscrew. I can't remember if that's the GT3 livery, but that's the GT2 livery. I want to lean more towards GT2. The TT was holding it down, though. I love to see that. I bet this is where it finally loses P3. That Camaro gets around him. Yep, it made it the first lap, though. I will give it huge credit. So I'm going to fast forward a few laps. So it made it a substantial bit of distance. Wow, okay, so it made it a very long distance. Okay, so it looks like it lost the lead 15 minutes in. So I want to see the method in which it lost the lead. It looks like traffic, and the Beetle was able to get around the traffic. Is that the same Evo that held it up? Please tell me it wasn't stuck behind. Okay. He was stuck behind him the whole race. At this point, that's where I was. Look at me go. I'm proud of that little TT, though. I love that car. All right, let's go see what our roulette ticket got us. So, one of my friends who was with me at a recent Volkswagen event, I really want him in here because we're going to do a live car build, and I would love his inputs. I'm going to see if I can get my shifter transferred over. We may use the shifter a little bit, because I like using my shifter. The oil's worn out. That probably helped with a little bit of a lack of pace. Unplug it from the PC. I hate this cable they use for it. Oh, of course, like the crappiest prize. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if I won $5 grand in real life, But in this game, where like they're stingy with the money, like I'm gonna bet if I had done that race on Road Atlanta, I would have made like 3 times that much money. I mean, why won't this plug in? Like, I don't understand why they didn't just use USB-C with the Thrustmaster shifter. Like, there's no way that that connector is better that they use. Alright, so first off, let's change the oil in the Supra. Because it needs it. It needs it. 400 credits for this. Imagine paying that much money for an oil change in real life. Unless you're in a Bugatti, where that totally makes sense. So, let's see actually what's out there. Actually, let's do... my controller's dead, of course. Because I don't like using photo mode without my controller. And the only USB-C cable I have on hand sucks. So let's see if I can get it to play nice for a minute. So I can charge my controller a little bit while we do this. I want to do pictures, do some photography in here, but don't want to do it with my wheel. It's a little bit cumbersome. So let's see what cars we've got in the used lot. Okay. Not a bad lineup. I could totally buy the Lancia. I don't have one yet. I would not mind doing that. But if anyone is watching in the chat and wants to give some input on what we should build, let me know. As you guys, y'all can see my budget, so you obviously know this R34 is out of the equation. We could do the Salady. We can do... Can't do the Dino. It's a little unfortunate because I don't have one yet, and that's a car I need to add to my collection for pretty much the Pokedex in this game. That's a shotgun I haven't gotten yet. I love the 512 Double B, the Berlinetta Boxer. The Lancia would be a good choice. See, does it tell me how many people are still watching on here? Do I need to go out of my way to go pull up my phone? I think I do. Because I want to see if my friend's still in here. It doesn't appear that he is. So, it's kind of a shame that the roulette ticket, as usual, was an absolute joke of a prize. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with some of the cars, though. Let's see if I can fix those liveries on those 2 cars. So we're going to load up the Miata first. Oh, it's the 1.6. Interesting. Sounds good. I've always liked how Miata sounded. I've driven one. It's a good sounding car. We'll load up the 180 as well. So it's the SR20. I was wondering if it would be like the CA18 or something like that. Let's see, is there anything else I need to load up the livery on real fast? I think those were the only 2 that had issues during the race. It should be fixed now. Don't I have any lag installed on this car? It's off. That should be on. There we go. Give it a little bit of help. That vibrator was just nasty. See, I do have an aftermarket diff. I think that could do a lot for this car in the handling department. Kind of like this. I'm disappointed in this one. It's one of my favorite cars ever made, and yet it drives so bad. Like, so unbelievably bad. It's pink. All right, I got that out of the way. Got that joke out of the way. So I got 2 Mark 7s here. Yeah, my car, and then I've got a manual build here. I wish I'd found like a proper livery for this Evo, because I think that'd be kind of a good looking car with some good mods. This I know is still stick shift. What tires are on? It's got dirt tires on it. Did I buy the snow tires for this car? I did. So let's go and do a lap of like Lake Louise. I don't think I've done a lap there yet. And I've got my shifter plugged in now, so hopefully we can do that. So we're gonna do a live car build after I do this lap at Lake Louise, if anyone wants to give some input. We're gonna do the long track. I don't... let's not do it at night, just because I barely know the track in the day. Would not make sense to go at night. So our leaderboard here, let's see what we've got. We've got the Evo 3 and the Evo 5, and then my VW Polo race car I did here. So this might be fun. I don't think it's going to beat the 2 Evos. This car does not make those numbers. But this one is manual, so it should be fun. Now I got my shifter hooked up. This should be fun. Shame is these pedals don't have the carpet hooks like the Logitech pedals do, so I can't heel toe with this pedal box like I could in my Logitech I had back in the day. It would probably help if I had this turned off. This thing's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't think it's going to be a fast lap, but I'm just having a blast driving it. A little limiter. Hear a little bit of turbo spool in the exhaust. Oh, I goofed it. Yep, that's GG's. Ah, crap, I stalled it. Definitely not going to be a fastest lap, but... I love these cars. I love Evos. Alright, let's dip out of here. That was definitely not a fastest lap run, but... Alright, let's do a live car build. What do y'all want to see? Oh, it beat the Polo at least. I'm at y'all's mercy here. Y'all tell me if y'all want to see something in the used lot or not. I am willing to listen. We got a budget of 300k, so probably be something pretty low end we can make fast, or we can buy something that's fairly expensive. I'll leave this be. So, used lot. I'm leaning like, if we go used, I'm leaning towards either the Lancia or like. I mean, I've already got a Miata, so I'm trying to find cars that I don't already have. If we do the Lancia, I would be more inclined to do a rally car build. I wish I had enough to get the Dino, because I've always liked those. Could do the Celady. I'm thinking like our used lot choices are fairly slim for cars I don't already have. That pretty much just leaves the Celady and the Lancia and the 71 BMW. Because I can't quite afford the Dino or the 512 Berlinetta Boxer, so... I don't know, because I haven't... Like, I have several rally cars now. I've never really been into drifting in this game, but we could try a drift build. I'm not good at it. I'm not going to sit here and lie, and I've got my F1 wheel on, so I'll probably have to disconnect the wheel and swap the rim out. If we wanted to do drifting, but... I don't know. I'm torn. But let's see what's in the brand central, what we can buy new as well. I've bought pretty much every VW in the game at this point. I think. Have I got all of them? I've gotten all of them. Absolutely. I actually really love the GTI Super Sport VGT. Like, it's actually a fun car. I wish they would kind of like do something similar as a body kit for the Mark 7 like nowadays. I'd honestly have considered to buy one, like buy the kit. Cause like imagine like lapis blue, that is the color of my friend's Golf R. Imagine that body kit on a Mark 7. Like that would look incredible, but I'm just a biased Mark 7 owner. No Tornado Red. This looks kind of like the King's Red that the Mark 8 sold in. And I mean actual colors the car sold in. Do I still have my GTI Super Sport? Because I know I got rid of one of them. I can't remember if I had the Roadster or the Super Sport. Because I think I planned on using the Super Sport for a race, for like one of the online tourneys. I've pretty much built all of these though. I would not mind doing the Scirocco R again. Because I love them. What are some like BMWs I haven't touched? Is the 1 Series M in this game? I don't think it is. No, it's not. I had a lot of fun with the M2 Comp, and I have one sitting in the garage that I haven't touched yet. I don't think have I done an Abarth 500. That might be kind of fun. I'm sure I've had one at some point. I just don't remember if I have one now. And I don't have to buy a second one. A car I miss having around is the GTAM though. So I would not be opposed to buying this as much as I wanted to do like something with a manual transmission. Wait, the GTAM had work from Sauber? I just noticed the Sauber sticker on the side skirt. So I'm tempted to spend the money on the Giulia and get another one in the garage. Because I loved my first one, and I'm mad at myself for selling it. See, what do I still have in the garage? So I think the only Alpha I've got is the 155. So that tells me I don't have the Abarth, and I don't have, obviously, the Giulia. I know I got rid of my Giulia, so I know I don't have that. Did I buy this Evo new? Still wish to bring the Cultus. What is the Cultus? Is that Suzuki? From GT2? That is. Yeah, that thing is nasty. That would be nice. A good rival to the Escudo. Or Escudo. Escudo. I don't know how it's pronounced. The poor man's Suzuki. That thing was nasty. I never got to experience that in GT2. Maybe whenever I get around to playing Project A-Spec on the channel, I'll intentionally hunt down the cultists. Because I never got to experience that. I got to experience the Escudo as a kid on Gran Turismo 3. I have it. I have it in this. It's one of the few like cars from the Legends dealer that I've kept. At least I think. Did I sell it? Did I really get rid of it? You gotta be kidding me. Did I really get rid of that car? Like, I know I barely ever drove it, but still, like... I'm gonna be bummed. I really got rid of it. I am really mad at myself now. This is the first I've noticed I got rid of it. I must have really needed some credits for me to get rid of that car. I'm bummed out now. One day I'll get you in here. Only just recently got the GT1 and Gran Turismo 3 for the first time. Like, on my personal playthrough, I've been playing through lately on my own. I'm mad about... I didn't know I sold the Escudo, though. I loved that car. It sucked in anything other than rally. I'm going to add this Nissan Nismo GT500 to the wish list, because if I can get a hold of it, I would love to. Am I able to buy a second Supra GT500? Like, is that a car I can easily buy? That way I can get, like, the Denso Sard and the Castrol Toms in the same, like, world. Does this look French? I'll be honest, I probably know the words to the song. I don't. Of course, it's probably going to be locked to Legend cars. What isn't locked to Legend cars, though, is the NSX race car. I really don't know what I want to do for a live build. I've been sitting here, like, goofing off. To do, to get like this and do like the Ray Brig or something. Speaking of Ray Brig. This is such a weird looking car, but I wish they would produce it. I don't know what Honda would call a mid-engine car, but... So let's see, I am leaning towards... I'm leaning towards either the Abarth 500 or the GTA-M. I think we'll do the GTA, just so I can get one back in the garage. I don't have a lot of credits. I don't think I saw one in the used dealer. So I'm going to get it, because I got it. I'm going to get it in also a GTA. We're going to kind of do like a modern twist on the 155 touring car, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to say no, just because I want to jump in and hear that startup noise. So we got $94K to spend, which is pretty much just going to go to suspension and tires, because obviously we don't have enough money to fully build this thing just yet. I'm just excited to have that back in the garage, because I was mad at myself for selling it the first time. So yeah, let's get that start up. It's a shame these break down if you breathe in their general direction. Because I'd buy the snot out of a Giulia. Only if it's a Quadrifoglio at least. Alright, so let's go ahead and... First off, I think I already have a style saved for the touring car. I do. So this should just jump right into it. Did that say if it was a wide body? I guess not, because it's installing on this. So let me go back, because I want to see if there's a wide body one. Like the same livery for the wide body. Okay, this car doesn't even get the wide body. Okay, so that doesn't matter then. I would like to see that livery with a big wing on the car instead of the stock spoiler. But it'll do. Oh, that actually is an aftermarket wing. It's like a bigger version of the stock wing. Let's see if I can get like end plates that kind of fit that look. What does the actual 155 race car's wing look like? Oh, it looks kind of more like the one that it has on it. Okay. So I'm not going to change it then. We'll leave it with the original wing. Alright. I think that about does the... I'm going to do yellow fog, or do yellow headlights, so just kind of fit the theme. You know, older race car. Outside of that, though, I mean, it's already got all the stuff we want. Just kind of a surprise. I guess you don't need to do an aftermarket roll cage. It's already got one on it. I don't know which specific one. I didn't notice the driver name on it at all. So the last of the money really is just going to go into like bolt-on parts and like suspension and tires, obviously. So we'll do... throw the anti-lag system on, air filter, intercooler, and the exhaust. And then we'll throw the racing softs on it. That should leave us about 30k. So we'll go ahead and throw the good suspension on it, and then we'll do brake pads and rotors. And that's pretty much going to be... I don't even have enough of the rotors. Let's see. Is there another brake rotor option? It doesn't have the sports kit available for it. So we'll have the pads on the stock brake kit. No turbo upgrades this time. Let's see. High RPM turbo kit would put it at about 650 horsepower. This car already, as it is, makes more power than the original 155. We're going to go ahead and do stage 1, though, because that actually is a substantial weight drop. Be a huge help for this car. So, about bankrupted ourselves here, but this should be fun to do like a quick Nürburgring lap or something. I think we'll do the Nürburgring. So it's got the stock diff and everything in it, so that should help with, hopefully help a little bit with handling. We're gonna do the Taurus fart and Taurus and fart, something like that. The Taurus layout. We'll do it around noon, so don't have a lot of glare. All right, so the time I think this car could give a run for its money is going to be the Mark 7 that I have here, my Mark 7 GTI. I think that's a touring car build I did. I think this TT is my manual TT build. So if it can keep up with that, will be great. So suspension-wise, I am going to drop it to about 95 on the rear, and then about 121. We are going to go ahead and raise the downforce up all the way. This is going to be a good sticky situation for it. And we're going to go ahead and engage the anti-lag system. So this brings it to just under 700 performance points, which is a little bit in line with the Mark 7. So in terms of performance points, that's about equal. So let me make sure my wheel's on tight, and we'll close this live stream out with a good Nürburgring lap. I am playing with a wheel. It's my Thrustmaster T300 RS. It's I've got the Ferrari F1 wheel, not the nice one. I've got the cheaper one, but I wish I had the SF1000 wheel. It's been a while since I've done a Nürburgring lap in any car, so like bear with me if I make some mistakes. Don't quite trust the car yet either, so. Ooh, the back end it unloads on braking. See how that downforce does up here. Keeps us glued to the track pretty well. It's got a good bit of understeer. It sounds interesting with the exhaust. A lot of people know the Quadrifoglio and the GTAM and stuff like that are fairly raspy. So to get like a cleaner, almost like equal length sound out of it right now is funky to me. Not having the racing brakes is kicking my butt a little bit though, because it is making the braking distances a lot more aggressive. Little yellow flashes there. Ooh. I don't trust it yet, so I'm like hesitant to like go nuts around one of these corners. No, I ran a little wide there. It's okay. Couldn't tell if that was the Monegasque flag or if that was the Austrian flag. This corner during an esports race about killed me a few years ago. Like a small league race I did with an Audi R8. I lost it in this section of our Nürburgring race. I was completely clean after that. It was right here. I hit this curve really hard, and as you can see there, it upset this car. So imagine that in a much stiffer suspension setup R8. It unloaded the car and spun me out, and I thought I had lost it. I thought that was going to be like one of the first major losses for me that season, because I was kind of killing it during the earlier races. And I wound up winning this one. I don't know how, considering the people I was racing against in that league were really skilled. I'm actually kind of liking this car though. I bet with some fine tuning, like a weight reduction, and maybe, I mean, honestly, the power it has is fine. Like, I thought I would want it to make more power, but I like how responsive it is. I think the sequential transmission would benefit a lot. This thing's easy to drive. Oh, there's the mistake. I knew it was going to happen. I never get a fully clean lap. That was a very minor one, though, so easy to fix. The car is actually extremely beginner friendly. It's got a twitch. It's got a twinge of understeer, but it's fairly neutral. I don't think this car is all-wheel drive. So I'm kind of getting all-wheel drive vibes from just how easy to drive this car is, but I don't think it's all-wheel drive. The rear end does get a little light when you're on the brakes. I am noticing that right away. Now I gotta remember, since this is the Taurus layout, the straightaway does turn into a chicane. remember correctly, you have to actually travel through the, like, where the entry and exit is on the Touristenfahrten route. Touristenfahrten. Alright, let's see what she gets up to before we get to that point, though. Good looking car, that's for sure. Ah, no! See, I wasn't paying attention and it got me. $713.2, not bad. All right, let's see where that wound up on the leaderboard. It did take P2 by about a second. I'm pretty impressed. All right. All right, give me just a moment, and I will be back with you guys. I don't know how, but there's like a 10-degree difference between like my bedroom and the rest of the house. That is nuts how hot it is in here. Paco, I just saw your message. Go have fun. Go have some good food. Some real good food. Y'all must be you must be like out west, man. It's like 9 p.m. here. So that was our car build for the day. Actually, one last thing I want to do. I know I said I would call it a night after that Nürburgring lap. I'm gonna see what this Julia could do on my Road Atlanta leaderboard. Because I just genuinely am curious. I'm burning alive in here, so I'm probably not gonna stay on too much past this hot lap. So let's see. This car has 698 performance points. It should probably be sitting around that 700 mark. So its literal closest competitor is going to be my Subaru Group B road car, which has the Roof CTR3 turbo engine in it. And then oddly enough, my Supra GT500, my Castrol Supra. Other competition will be the two TTSs. That seems to be another close competitor for it, as well as my first Yaris. And then obviously we've got some of the other cars, the FL5, a 911, 991, GT3 RS. My LFA is in this general area. I don't know why the road car's here twice. I'll go ahead and delete the second ranking. So that will free up a spot in the top 20. So this car will make the leaderboard. So if it can beat at least the... I want to see it around where the WRX is. I don't expect it. I think it'll be more close to the Yaris, just in terms of the aero difference, because that Group B car does have a metric mess ton of aero. So that's about where I expect it. As you see, my fastest time I've ever run here is actually a 59.9. I actually do have a sub 1 minute lap here now, which I can never do with any other car in any other game. So I'm pretty stoked about that. All right, let me get my chair straightened back up, and let's go ahead and see what this alpha can do around Road Atlanta. This is a track I know very well. It's also my home course. This is my home track, so... Little lift there. Ran a little wide there. Oh! I hated that. I think I've got to raise the suspension up a little bit because that's actually like... I noticed this a little bit during the Nürburgring lap, and I'll see if I can pull it up. Since I wasn't in the first person when that happened. Ah, crap. Fast-forwarded too much. Watch up here. Watch when I hit the brakes going into that turn. So yeah, you see right there where it like froze. Let's see if I can rewind it and catch it again. Right here. So as you can see, I'm obviously on the brakes. I'm hitting the shifter, and that was where it kicked it out. So I found this out. There's a bit of a bug in GT7 where if a car's too low and you're hitting the brakes, it'll actually lock the wheel in whatever direction you were turning at the time. So since I was turning right, it locked the wheel that way, and it kind of just... It's a weird coding thing with the suspension in this game when it bottoms out. So I'm actually going to raise the car back up to about 105. See if that 10 millimeters will help a little bit with the suspension and keep it from doing that. A lot of my cars are really bad around Road Atlanta. I've had a handful of cars do it really bad here. Alright, take two. See what she does. Fighting the wheel a little bit. I'm going to do 2 laps just to ensure that we get a decent result. So I think most of the other cars have done at least 2 laps. One kind of acclimation lap and then one like full push. Alright, that was a really strong turn 12 exit. Not quite as strong of a turn 1 though. Looks like our lap 1's going to be the stronger of the two. Now, see, I'm behind by a good bit, so let's see if I can save it here at the chicane. That would be awesome if I could. A little bit better, about a tenth. With the flashers on. All right, let's see the replay on that. We can't. That is interesting. I never knew that. I can actually faintly hear the paddle shifters clicking in the car. That's kind of a neat attention to detail. Sounds pretty good too. So when I went to Petit Le Mans this past October, Petit Le Mans, I was actually, you can't really see it, about where this black tin is at the top of the screen. I wish I could point at it. I actually sat there at one point, and then I was seated in these grandstands behind the, well, you can't really see them, but just take my word for it, it's above that VP sign. I sat there during Petit Le Mans back in October. That was a fun time. I see that's where the car kicked out in lap 1. Such a good sounding car. I like the exhaust sound they went with for the Giulia with some suspension, with some exhaust mods. I really wish these cars were so unreliable. I love these cars. I always have. It'd be a shoe-in for one of my next choices of car if they would live longer than 5 minutes without blowing up. So let's see where she wound up on the leaderboard. I didn't even pay attention to the lap time difference. It's P3 in terms of the cars I know are around that 690 something mark. Not too bad. It beat the TTs. It did not beat the Subaru. It lost the Subaru by a substantial margin, actually. That's a pretty nasty margin. But in its defense, the Subaru is effectively a GT3 race car. I'll show you guys the Subaru so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And it's got a roof, twin turbos, flat 6 in it. So let's see where it is. It's hiding in here somewhere. Where is it hiding at? So it's in here. I know it is. I never sold it because you can't un-engine swap a car. So when you sell them, you lose the engine as well. Please somebody didn't sell that car too. Of course, I'm trying to find something to show y'all. I've done this twice now because the Escudo is missing, and apparently so is my Subaru. There it is. So yeah, she's a beast. What's this thing red line at? Not bad. I love that startup. But I think on that note, I am going to wrap things up here. I'm getting tired. It's almost 9:30 for me. Chill out for a bit. Maybe play like some Gran Turismo 3 in my personal time. Coming soon. Okay, I've got some videos I'm going to announce here. I talked about them briefly at the beginning, but obviously this stream didn't catch some traction until later on, and that's okay. Got GT Concept coming in. I'm going to do a video on that. And I am doing a video right now on getting Gran Turismo 2 Project A-Spec working on real hardware. Now, I do actually have gated and everything that is, it works. I was able to test it with a PC disk drive, and it worked perfectly fine on DuckStation, booting from the disk itself. Not using a ROM file or anything like that. I booted it directly from the disk on a disk drive, and it works great. The issue is the CDR I have that I used to create that disk is a rather old LightScribe disk, and it's too thick for the PS2. My PS2 is now region free. I use the Mechapone exploit. I've already filmed the majority is to get a different CDR and that's thinner, and already plenty of recommendations on making them. So I'm going to do that at some point. I need to order them and create the next one. Probably get like a small pack of the ones I'm looking for, and we'll do that again. I'll redo it, and that'll be included in that video. The noise the PS2 made whenever I stuffed that original disc in there was too big. It sounded like an engine with rod knock. It was awful, and I hated torturing both the disc and the console doing that. So a little flames out of the alpha there. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, I got to get another set of CDRs that is a bit thinner that will fit in the PS2 disk drive. So once I do that, I'll probably be able to fully test that, and it should work theoretically. If not, more than likely I'll have to figure something out on that front. But more than likely the laser's bad. I'm pretty sure the laser is bad on that PS2. So that's probably all I got to do is replace the laser if it doesn't work, because it should be region freed. And I will probably do a video on GT Concept, like I said, as a game we didn't get here in the US, and do a US owner perspective of GT Concept. It will not be a full-fledged gameplay video because I don't have a capture card for the PS2, nor do I have a way to set it up on the emulator. I don't have a BIOS file for PS2 saved that would allow it to play PAL stuff, but I think I may have a PAL BIOS saved, so that may change that up, because I can probably use image burn and rip the ISO from that disk like you would for any other PS2 game, and then use a PAL BIOS to create the game on PCSX2. So I may try that if I can, to get it working on PCSX2, so I can at least film it for you guys. My first impressions of GT Concept. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in who did and got to watch the race earlier that I did. It was quite nuts. Was over a minute down after I pitted for my set of tires and was able to bring it back and win the race with about 6 minutes to spare. So, in the 40-minute race. So it took me 10 minutes when I came out of the pits at about 16 minutes left, and I had the race lead with 6 minutes to spare. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Go check out the GT4 German lock and the GT5 Let's Play. I'm going to get back on both of those very soon, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.